Hey, read through the word. Today is July 21st. Today's lesson is called All the Kingdoms Will Know. I have probably taught this. Let's see. I've probably taught this section. In 2021, I taught it. 2022, I had taken time off because I was undergoing breast cancer treatment. And I didn't have this day last year. But I think maybe I did it in 23. I'll have to look. Anytime I can do this, this is my favorite part of Hezekiah's story. We're in 2 Kings 19, 14 through 19. It says this: After Hezekiah received the letter from the messengers and read it, he went up to the Lord's temple. I love this. And he spread it out before the Lord. And Hezekiah prayed this prayer before the Lord. O Lord, God of Israel, you are enthroned between the mighty cherubim. You alone are God of all the kingdoms of earth. You alone created the heavens and the earth. Bend down, O Lord, and listen. Open your eyes, O Lord, and see. Listen to Sennacherib's words of defiance against the living God. It is true, Lord, that the kings of Assyria have destroyed all these nations, and they have thrown the gods of these nations into the fire and burned them. But of course the Assyrians could destroy them. They were not gods at all. Only idols of wood and stone shaped by human hands. Now, O Lord our God, rescue us from his power. Then all the kingdoms of the earth will know that you alone, O Lord, are God. Go, Hezekiah. It's his King David moment. When David against Goliath, God, show yourself. It is who I want to be. That all the world should know he is God. That all the world is the number one thing that I discuss with my students constantly, is to understand, and I tell y'all constantly, there is one God. No, there is no other God. He is the God of every kingdom of the world. So this is this pivotal moment in Judah's history. King Hezekiah and Jerusalem are under an immense threat from Sennacherib, the Assyrian king, and who has already conquered many nations and now demands Jerusalem's surrender. And I do believe that one of the things I usually teach is you read Sennacherib's letter, and he like, oh, your God ain't gonna do nothing. He's just nothing. And Sennacherib's tactics included psychological warfare. That's exactly what the letter is. The letter is nothing but psychological warfare. He sent threatening letters that mocked God and challenged his ability to save. So what we're looking at today is Hezekiah's response to that, because it's a very scary letter. It's humble, faith-filled prayer in the face of overwhelming odds. And this powerful declaration that all the kingdoms of the earth will know that you alone are God. So Hezekiah's problem is he has had a personal threat from the most powerful ruler of his day, filled with taunts against God. It wasn't just a political crisis. It was a spiritual attack, just like when David and Goliath. And his immediate response wasn't, okay, let me plot out my battle plan. Let me figure out what I can do. His first action was to take the physical evidence of the threat. He took the letter into the presence of God and laid it out. Because it was transparent. He was humble. And he was dependent. He's laying out his problem before the only one who can solve it. It's complete surrender, complete trust. You alone can do this, God. He acknowledges who God is. Exactly against what Sennacherib had said about God. Goes against that the gods could not save. Hezekiah says, you are the God. There is no other but you amongst the entire earth. And so we see that Hezekiah's prayer shows God is powerful, God's in control, and he's different. Huge contrast from what Sennacherib had said about. Sennacherib had said all these lies about God, and Hezekiah is affirming the truth of God. You know, we just talked the other day about truth and lies. And Sennacherib's telling a bunch of lies, and instead of believing the lies, Hezekiah says, no, that's a lie. Let me tell you the truth. Here's the truth about who you are, God. Here's the truth. Sennacherib is saying this. This is not true. This is the truth. He doesn't deny that Sennacherib is powerful. He does not deny that Sennacherib has actually, basically controlled almost all the earth. The ancient world. But he acknowledges the truth of the situation. He's not deluded. It's an honest assessment of the situation. Hezekiah differentiates between the false gods of Sennacherib. Yeah, they can't do anything. They're not real. We keep talking. Told you, recurring themes here. All these false gods that we have put up as idols, all these false gods that Sennacherib is talking about, they can't do anything. They have no eyes. They're nothing. They're just statues made by human hands. And we had seen that in Psalm 115. So, throughout the Old Testament, the distinction between God and all others is vital. He consistently proves his supremacy over all pagan deities. Remember Exodus? That's what the plagues were all about. Remember when we talked about that? And so each God, little g God, that Israel encounters, the God of Israel will show himself to be true. We will see it, excuse me, all the way into the New Testament. It's the story. It's the story. So the profound heart of Hezekiah's prayer is that about the glory of God. We talked about that. This is not about the reputation of Judah. This is about the reputation of God, and that glory, his glory, be shown among the nations. Because he knows that a miraculous deliverance will show God powerful to all nations. So, I know many of you, and I have too, have had this, what seems to be an overwhelming problem. Medical diagnosis, financial crisis, family issues. Our first response should not be to have the pity party. Our first response should be to lay it before the Lord. Whether that needs to be you write it on a piece of paper and you lay it down to remind yourself that's what you're doing. Don't carry it alone. Lay it before the Lord, who is the only one who can truly intervene. Because Hezekiah didn't just ask. He affirmed who God is, that God is sovereign, that God is creator, and that God is unique. To align your view of God with the truth of who he is and not the lies that the world tells us. Because then what happens is exactly what happens with Hezekiah's prayer. Hezekiah's prayer becomes less about what we want and more about the glory of God. Show yourself, God. Let everyone else know about you what I know about you. You alone are God. You alone are true, and all the earth should bow their knee to you. And I hope that's what we get from Hezekiah's prayer. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.